Alright, so since our last check-in here, we grabbed some of the refillable mugs that you can get. Refill with ices or sodas at the Coke Freestyle machines throughout the whole day that you're here. We got 2 of them, so they were $16 a piece. They told us we could bring them back another day and reactivate them for $9 or $9.99. I believe you buy one, it was $18 instead of the $16. So not terrible deal if you drink a lot of drinks. But now we're gonna go and get on Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, the roller coaster, the outdoor roller coaster here. There's the Mummy, that's the indoor roller coaster. But we're gonna get on here and we are gonna enjoy it because we like roller coasters. All right, so we're gonna head into the tribute store here, the Christmas themed store they have set up, similar to what they do for Halloween Horror Nights. You can see the cool Nutcracker sign, and then inside's gonna be all Christmas themed as well. So we are here, we are in the Christmas tribute store at Universal. If you know about Universal, you know about Halloween Horror Nights, very likely, and there's always a tribute store themed for that. But this is the first year of a Christmas tribute store. It's just one of the things they're doing this Christmas because of COVID to kind of spice things up a little bit with all the limitations. So here we are, we're gonna take a look around and see some of the merch. One of these things, I don't know what they're called, where the candles turn the arms at the top. I'm sure there's an official name. If anybody knows, let me know. And then there's lots of like ornaments and things in here, which makes sense. And then kind of the merch that goes with the ornament, you know, E.T., you got Back to the Future. Some more standard ornaments, we'll call them. And then there were a few t-shirts over the other side, some Shrek with Gingy on them. Earl is actually a local legend. There's a squirrel in the tree outside of this store. And the squirrel pops out every so often, and his name is Earl. He was named that by the employees. And there he is. That is Earl the Squirrel from inside the tribute store.
With his mask.
With his mask. Everyone here, Universal. COVID safe. Booty. Alright, so just to give you guys an update, we rode Rip Ride Rocket. Holy crap. Like, I loved that roller coaster. Like, people, so many things videos I watched and things I read, said it's just okay, or it's like mixed reviews. I thought that was awesome. It had the thrill, the speed, the centrifugal forces, you know, the G-forces, the music really added to it.
Yeah.
I love that. We both went with Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue, and that was just a fantastic song to ride a roller coaster to. But I cannot recommend that enough. That was so much fun. We might go ride it again a little bit later because we really enjoyed it that much. And then Mummy too. Mummy was really cool. Like the thrill level on that is pretty high because it's inside, it's dark, it goes backwards at one point for a little while. Of course, the theme of like a mummy's curse really
There's a lot of
does
pyro in it too.
a lot of fire. Yeah, there's 2 different rooms where like fire shooting up and you feel it, like it hits you. One room it looks like it's in the ceiling and everywhere. It was really good. Then you saw us head into the Christmas tribute store up there. We did pick up an ornament. We'll show you guys that a little later. And then we picked up a couple other things in there. We didn't try any of the snacks or anything like that, but you did get to see that. Now we're getting hungry. We got our drinks earlier, but we're gonna head into Monsters Cafe. It's right behind us. This is like the little quick serve outdoor section of it, but we're gonna head over to Monsters Cafe and grab something to eat before we continue with our day. There's only 3 rides we haven't ridden yet, except for the Harry Potter stuff, which again, don't care. So we still have Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem, Shrek 4D, and Fast and Furious Supercharged. That's all we haven't ridden yet, so we're gonna give that a try to hit all of those, and if there's time, probably hit Rip Ride Rockit again. So we'll get something to eat, we'll show you the food, and then we'll keep moving through the day. Here are at Monster Cafe. We got the Frankenstein and the Creature from the Black Lagoon here for the Universal Classic Monsters. Alright, so we are here at Monsters Cafe, and Joel and I both got the same thing. We went with the spare rib and chicken platter. Now there's a platter and there's a combo. The combo came with either pineapple or apple cobbler, but we didn't want that, so we just went with the platter. So you got spare ribs, you got the chicken, we got fries and mac and cheese. Then we also got this for dessert. This is called the Crypt Cookie. You can just see the size of this thing. Like, hold your hand up. Like Joel has big hands, and that's pretty darn close. And so what it basically is just a s'mores cookie. So we got chocolate, marshmallow, some graham crackers on top, and that looks like it's going to be pretty good. So for now, we're just going to dig into the food here and let you know how it tastes. Alright, so first of all, in this shot, this like chandelier and like molding behind me really gives the wrong vibe to this restaurant. Like, it looks real fancy, but it is not that. Just real quick, like the red glow of the windows and like the fireplace with the Frankenstein head on it back there, and like it's meant to look old and like spooky, yeah, like so many of these monster things are. You know, the Frankensteins, the Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Bride of Frankenstein, all of those sort of things is what this is based around. So yeah, this is not an accurate depiction back here. But anyway, let's dig into the food a little bit here. I'm going to go for this chicken, I think. Flavor on that's actually pretty top-notch, I would say. I really like the seasoning on the outside. For me, it's just a touch dry. I want it just a little bit moister. It's right on the line. Now the French fries, they're crinkle cut fries, not fresh cut or anything like that. So if you've had one crinkle cut, you've pretty much had them all. But these are seasoned with a little something. It's a little sweet, a little, not spicy, but like seasoned. There's a difference there. But these are, they're pretty good. I like that they didn't just serve a crinkle cut fry. They doctored them up a little bit. And then the mac and cheese here, made with spiral pasta. That's pretty good too, actually. It's really creamy. The pasta is a little al dente, which is what I like it to be. Yeah, it's got the chew to it. And then last, let's dig into the ribs here. It's got like the sauce on top here. They came apart pretty easy, which you like to see in a rib. This whole piece, when I bit it, just came right off this bone. It's clean as it could be. So that's actually better than some barbecue restaurants I've been to. It's not at all what you would expect from a place called Monsters Cafe in Universal Studios. Comparing that to like a place that's got like their smoker outside and all that stuff, you would always expect them to be better. But this actually has some of those beat. And I'm really impressed by that. The sauce is good, the meat is good, it's tender, it comes off the bone, all that stuff. So if you're into this kind of food, you know, the rotisserie chicken, the barbecue ribs, stuff like that, like barbecue food, definitely don't sleep on Monsters Cafe. You know, it's solid. All right, now it is time for something I'm pretty excited about, hopefully not going to be disappointed about, but might be, is the Crypt cookie. The nice s'mores cookie with the chocolate, marshmallow, graham cracker on top of a somewhat cakey chocolate chip cookie. So we'll see. It is really thick for a cookie. Like there's weight to that. Holy crap. So here's somewhat of a cross section. You can see just how thick that is, how much chocolate's in there. Yeah, see, move it over. Thank you. Like it's about the thickness of like Joel's finger. Maybe it's bigger actually in some spots. And I told you, like, he has big hands. Like that's no joke. And then plus the marshmallows on top. Like that's wild. Like that is just absolutely loaded with chocolate.
Look at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's
Joel's is even more.
chunk.
Yeah, chocolate chunks here and then all this chocolate on top. Like, look at that. There's more chocolate in it than there is cookie. So I haven't gotten to any marshmallow or graham cracker yet. But one thing I noticed is the middle here is very doughy, like a little under. So if that's something you like, I'm sure they're kind of like that because they're just huge. The outside is more toward like what you'd call done. And then one other thing of note is that it did come out cold. I kind of wish it was a little warm. I mean, with all this chocolate, it probably can't be too warm or it would like fall apart. It would be just a complete catastrophe to try to eat it. But warm, just like, even microwave for like 10 seconds, like, just to soften it up, would have really put it over the edge. For someone who loves s'mores like I do, this is nice. Got old hashtag the panda up here, having fun with everybody in the park. All right, we need to talk. Universal, come on. So we left Monsters Cafe and we decided to ride the infamous Fast and the Furious Supercharged.
Terrible.
I had heard some bad stuff about it. I've heard it's not very good, you know, whatever. But I've also learned that a theme park community can be pretty critical of stuff. So I thought, I need to experience this myself. I need to know what this is like. And it lived up to... It exceeded every bad thing I've heard about it. Like, the acting was horrible. The animation was horrible. The ride, the ride was the shortest thing I think that we've ridden today.
Yeah.
As far as the actual ride, it lasts no time at all. And the wait was just exorbitant. Now that's on us. You know, we heard bad things and we still went for it. So I can't blame that on anybody except ourselves for undertaking that. But everything about it was there was no plot.
Yeah.
There was no plot. Too short. Bad ride system. Of all the things they could have done with the Fast and the Furious franchise, what does it tell you that you get on the ride based off Fast and the Furious? You know, fast, crazy action, all this stuff, and there's no restraints. It's the only ride here that doesn't have a lap bar or a seatbelt or something So that tells you from the get-go, this is nothing. This is going to be bad. But that's what it is.
It's actual dog crap.
It was so terrible. The acting was bad. The plot was unrealistic. The action was so worse. Like the movies are crazy, but the acting was like stuff that is physically impossible.
Right. There's some realism to the actual movies, like enough
Yeah,
to be like, okay, I can
that could
follow
actually happen in theory, but this was horrible.
this.
I do not recommend that anyone go on that ride. No one at all should go on Fast and the Furious. No one. Worst thing I've ever seen. And I'm talking like little hometown small amusement park, like worst ride ever. But all that being said, we are going to head over to the store, I think the ET store, just to pick up some stuff we saw. And then I think we're going to call it a day. I don't think we're going for any more rides today. Alright guys, a little bit of an update here. It's been a while since we talked to you. We left the park at about 6. And now it is 9:30. Man, we are like out of shape. We have not done anything like this in a while, obviously because of COVID, but yeah, so we were wiped out. My legs are still killing me. Joel's are the same way. So we did have reservations to go over to Antojitos for dinner, but we decided to just nix those. And instead, we are just going downstairs to the Bayliner Diner again to see what they have on offer for dinner. Now, in between, we didn't record it, but we did go to the other Disney outlet, the one on Vineland instead of the one on International Drive, just to see if they had anything different, anything more. We got some extra stuff, of course, but we plan to show you in like a little haul everything that we get. Maybe tonight, I'm not sure when we'll do that, but it might be when we get home, we're not sure. But at some point we will show you all of our souvenirs with Universal and Disney, but we just haven't taken the time to do that yet, but that is coming. So if you're interested in that, definitely stay tuned, check it out when it does go up. But for now, we're gonna grab our dinner and grab a seat. Grab and go section over here, some s'mores stuff for out at the fire pits they have. And we have some resort refillable mugs for the Coke Freestyle machines. We also have some ices available. But all the food is at these different stations. You have a grill station here, an international station here, pizza, pasta type thing, and then a deli over here. Then you have some grab and go salads. This would normally be like a salad bar, but of course coronavirus. And then over here, it's more like a little market pantry type thing. You can get some like full bags of chips and dip. You can get milk or different drinks over here. Some cereal, and then a couple other like grab and go snack food type things. Also, there is a frozen yogurt self-serve bar that you can do, and some donuts. You know, some bars you can grab here for like protein bars, some kind bars, and then there is a natural and gluten-friendly kind of section over here. You know, some different things for people that do have those dietary restrictions, which is nice that they cater to those people. And there's actually also looks like some wines over here, and then some extra just little candy, some like extra s'more kits, just kind of those last minute add-ons to your order. So here we are, dinner. Joel decided to dig in already on the pepperoni pizza. We decided we're gonna split half, a little pepperoni pizza and then some chicken Alfredo. We're gonna do half and half. And then we both got Cabana Bay mugs. Joel's is like one of their more normal designs. It's got like the old station wagon, lists all the different parts of the resort on here and stuff. I went with the Christmas design because, why not? Limited time type of thing. And they have the stations right over there with the freestyle machines. Now, from what it looked like, you could only use the freestyle machines if you got the mugs. If you got a single-use cup, you have to use the regular fountain there. So the resort mugs differ from the park mugs a little bit. The park mugs, they're different. You have to use these here and the park ones at the park. You can't buy one and kind of interchange them. But these are good for one 24-hour period at your resort. But in the parks, it's good for one park day. So when the park closes, that's the end of your day. And if you bring them back the next day, even if you bought them at 4 o'clock right before the park closed, they're still only good that day. The next day you have to renew them to keep using them. So just something to keep in mind, something to, if you do get the mugs, if you're interested in that, keep that in mind. That is a difference between the two. Alright, let's dive in here on this pizza a little bit. So it's a little like personal size pizza. It's 8 of these little slices. They have cheese and pepperoni are their toppings options. Let's give it a try. Yeah, I could eat a couple of these. Not slices, pizzas. Like, that's really good. There's not too much pepperoni, so it's not real greasy. It goes pretty well with that, but you get the pepperoni taste.
I'm the pizza judge,
The cheese is just mozzarella cheese. Doesn't taste like there's much else in there. But the sauce isn't too acidic, isn't too sweet. It's a nice balance. And the crust has a little sweetness to it almost. But I don't want you to think it tastes like sugar. Like, it has a flavor. It's not just like cardboard crust.
All right, I just tried the chicken Alfredo. It looked good, but the sauce, it's just not really doing it for me. It doesn't have a lot of flavor.
Did you guys by chance find a $100 bill?
No.
Did not.
You sure?
Yeah,
See anyone or anything?
Not at all.
Just 'cause we lost it.
No, sorry.
Yeah, no. Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
I wish it was one of those like hidden cameras where they like placed a $100 bill and like.
Right.
But as I was saying, almost like not even as good as like just a canned sauce. Like a canned sauce has more flavor than this. It's almost like, and part of that could be just like what we said earlier. People don't like a lot of seasoning and stuff because they're wimps about it or whatever. But yeah, I didn't try any of the chicken here. Let me see.
The chicken looked pretty good.
Yeah,
Chicken,
the
good.
chicken's really good.
Decent dinner. Anything at these kind of quick serve places in your hotel when you're staying at one of these value resorts especially, it's not going to be the best food that Universal has to offer. Just like any other place that, it's just to have something in the hotel is what it is. And in a pinch like this where we're too tired, we don't feel like going over to City Walk where all the food is definitely going to be better over there. That goes without saying. And even some spots in the park, the food is going to be better. That's just the way it is. And you have to expect that going into it. But good overall. We haven't really had anything bad, I would say. The unfortunate fact of what's been the worst so far is it was Big Fire, actually.
Yeah.
The price that they charge and what we got, just not anywhere close. Like, that meal was $150. Even in a theme park, the quality of that should have been closer to like 80, 85, somewhere in there. Like, it was way off. That was the only real miss for us on the food. Breakfast this morning, good. This food here tonight, good. Panda Express, of course, good. First day. And the what do we have? The Monster Cafe, the chicken and the ribs, that was really good today. So food has been pretty top notch, honestly, except for that one meal. Like Big Fire, you'd be much better off going to like Outback Steakhouse, Longhorn, something like that. Or even, I mean, if you're got a little budget to work with, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, if you've ever been to one of those, they're fantastic. And the pricing is honestly similar to Big Fire, and it's a world of difference. Like I said, even your Outbacks and your Longhorns, where you, for two people, you might run, $70, something like that. If you get like good, nice steaks, would be way better use of your money. So that would be a skip for me at the price. But like I said, overall, the food has been, I've been really impressed.